गुरु परंपरां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तः पुनः पुनः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम ह्रीं नमः शिवाय। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम ह्रीं नमः शिवाय। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम ह्रीं नमः शिवाय। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। So we are in Anuvak 10, mantra number 10. Medushtama Shivatama Shivo Nasumana Bhava Parame Vriksha Ayudaknidhaya Kritim Vasana Acharam Pinakam Vibratagahi. So the first word is Medushtama. So Medushtama means the one who fulfills all the desires. Medushtama. So the Lord here is referred to as Medushtamaha, or the one who fulfills all the desires. Then Shivatamaha. See, Shivam means auspiciousness. Auspiciousness means what? It is pure. So for anything to be pure, it has to be auspicious also. So Shivatama means the one who blesses with inner purity. So Medushtamaha, the one who fulfills all desires. Shivatama, the one who has got inner purity or who blesses with inner purity. So the two blessings are given here. One is all the desires are being fulfilled. Medushtamaha. Second thing is, in the process of fulfilling the desires, he also blesses you with inner purity, or antakarna shuddhi is required. Then Shivaha, auspiciousness. Then Sumana Bhava. So Sumana means, Manaha means thoughts. So in Manaha, lots of thoughts are coming. And Sumana means good thoughts. So here the Bhagavan is actually, he is worshipped as Medushtamaha. Pushpaji, we are in Anuvak number 10, verse number 10. Okay. So Medushtamaha is the one who fulfills all the desires. So he is worshipped as Medushtamaha. Then he is worshipped as Shivatama, the one who gives you inner purity or antakarna shuddhi. Then he is worshipped as Shivaha, as auspiciousness, Mangalam, Bhadram, Kalyanam. All the words are the one and the same. So Shivaha stands for auspiciousness. Then Sumana Bhava. So Sumanaha means good thoughts, right? And Bhava means may you become. So may you become like this, or may you be the Bhagavan who is giving me good fulfilled desires, the Bhagavan who is giving me inner purity, who is auspicious and who is giving good thoughts. So let you be the Bhagavan like this. Then Parame Vrikshaha. So Parame Vrikshaha means on top of the tree. On top of the tree, Ayudam Agni Adhaya. So Ayudam means weapon, correct? And Ayudha Nidhaya. So Ayudha Nidhaya actually. Ayudha Nidhaya. So it means you are keeping some weapon on top of the tree. I don't know what he's referring here, but it means that there is something which is being held by the Bhagavan here. Then Kritim Vasanaha. So Kritim means Kritim Vasanaha means the one who is adorning a tiger skin. Pulittol Portiyavan. Tiger skin. Right. So the one, the Bhagavan who is seated on also the tiger skin, and the one also is wrapped in a tiger skin. So Kritim Vasana. Then Acharaha means come. So may you come to me. Pinakam means your staff. So Pinakam means the Trishulam. So Pinakaha means here talks about a Trishulam. May you come with your Trishulam. Bibrat Agahi. So Bibrat means holding. So you hold your, I want you to come to me holding the Trishulam, in having worn the tiger skin across your body, and I want you to be the Lord who is Nidushtamaha, who is Shivatamaha, who is Shivaha, who is Sumanaha. And you keep the Parame Vriksha Ayudaha. So you keep your other things which are you are carrying every time on top of the tree. That means he just wants only a Shiva with just a dandam to come. He doesn't want Shiva to be the Raudra Rupam, where all the things are coming there. So simple. The Shiva which he portrays normally is what is Trishulam sitting there, some snakes adorning his body. Right. So Naga Yajñopavitina. So Vyagra Charmontariyancha Varenyam Abhaya Pradham. In Lagunyasam is Vyagra Charmontariyancha Varenyam Abhaya Pradham. So the Bhagavan is worshipped in Lagunyasam in the Saguna Brahma Upasana. So Kamandal Vaksha Sutranam Dharinam Shulapaninam. So Dharinam Shulapaninam. Here also is Acharam Pinakam Bibradagahi. It means what? There also we worshipping a Shula Paninam. Here also the Shulam, Trishulam is being worshipped here. And the Bhagavan is being invoked as the one Lord who is coming to you with Trishulam, the one who is adorned with the tiger skin, which is called Kritti Vasana, Krittim Vasanaha. Then Parame Vriksha Ayudaha, Nidhaya. So Nidhaya means do not show it to us, you keep it hide somewhere else. So when he's coming there, make sure that you don't bring those things, hide somewhere on top of the tree somewhere. He's supposed to be under the tree. If you look at Dakshinamurti also, he's sitting under the tree. Right? And closing your eyes, Dakshinamurti is none other than Shiva. So the tree, Parame Vrikshaha is mentioned here because all the other things which I don't want, you keep it upstairs. Don't the tree. You only come to me with Trishulam and you bless me with all these things. Desires, purity of thought, inner purity, auspiciousness, and everything you bless me. So Medushtama Shivatama Shivona Sumana Bhava Parame Vriksha Ayudakvidhaya Kritim Vasana Acharam Pinakam Vibratagahi. So that is the meaning of that word. Okay. Okay, the mantra number 11, he says, Dikirita Vilohita Namaste Astu Bhagavaha Yaste Sahasragum Heta Yonyan Masmin Nipavantu Taha. So, the first word is called Vikiritaha. So, Vikiritaha means the destroyer of all the papas. Destroyer of all the papas. So, Papangal, Papa Nivartihi. Bhagavan is supposed to be a Papa Nivarti. One who cures you from all papas is called Vikaritaha. And Vilohitaha, we seen before, the one who is pure. So, Vikaritaha, the one who can free you from papam. See all the meanings. You see from the beginning here, previous verse talks about the Medushtamaha, Shivatamaha, Shivaha, Sumana. Correct? Then Kritin Vasana, Pinakam Vibraha. Okay. Now here it talks about Vikarita Viloha. Right? So Vikaritaha Vilohitaha. Then Namaha Astute Namaste. Unto you, Namaha Astute is Namaste. So when you say Namaste means Namaha Astute. This is Ungalakku Namaskaram. Or Namaskaram unto you. Then what? Bhagavaha. Namaste Astu Bhagavaha. So Bhagavaha means the Lord who has got 6 attributes. 6 different types of wealth. It's called Bhagavaha. Then Sahasram Hetayaha. So the one who has got thousands of weapons. Hetayaha means weapons. And Sahasram means thousands of weapons. Right? Anyam Asma Nipavantu Taha. Anyam means what? Other. Anyam means other people. Right? Asmat. So don't use his weapons on us. Other than us, anybody who is bad people, you can use weapons. So the person is approaching the Bhagavan saying that, oh, you got all these weapons there with you. The weapons are not supposed to be real weapons. Or the weapons are supposed to be the one by which you get hurt by other people. So they are called weapons. See, Bhagavan doesn't really have weapons per se. How does he punish? He punishes you when you have dushkarma. When you do any papa karma, he will give you the results immediately. So the weapons are supposed to be here referred, not a physical weapon. It is the dharma. So he has got countless amount of rules which are dharma, which are there on his shoulders. And these laws are something which you don't know how it will come and attack you. Right? If you rub against dharma, you will get back immediately. Right? Or you will get it sometime later. So the weapons it talks about here, the Sahasraha Hetayaha talks about the various types of dharma or the laws, universal laws, which are written there. Some you know, some you do not know. So when the Bhagavan comes to you, he says, you only come with those laws which will protect us. Those laws which is going to destroy us, do not come with that. If you want to come, you can come, but not to us, to other people you can go. So it means what? You come to me with the laws which will protect me. and not destroy me or not harm me. So that is the meaning of the word Sahasraha Hetayaha Asman Anyam Asman Nipavantu Taha. So Nipavantu means destroy. When you come to me with the weapons required for us to protect us. Any other weapon which is not required to protect us, do not use it on us. On other people you can use. Which means what other people? Anyam asma nipavantu taha. So the word Sahasram hetayaha anyam asma nipavantu taha. Is it clear? So that's how you have to read the word. So Vikarita, the protector, okay, vanquisher of all the bad people. Vilohitaha, the one who is pure. Unto the Bhagavan Namaha Astute, who is called Bhagavan, and you, who has got Sahasra Hetayaha, all different types of weapons, thousands of weapons you've got, you can use them on other people, not on me. So in fact, what he doesn't want any weapons to use on the person, because he's already told the previous verse, all the weapons you put it on the tree and come. You only come with Trishulam. Correct? Only Trishulam will come, and in your normal form you come. I do not want to see all the other things. So it is a prayer to the Bhagavan to see only what you want to see in the Bhagavan. So all the things that the weapons talks about here is all our own, thoughts which are bad. We get affected by people who have got bad thoughts. We get affected by people who have got bad conduct. So these are the weapons which he's talking about here. Is it clear, this one? Okay. Then mantra number 12. Sahasrani sahasrada bahustava hetayaha tasamishano bhagav parachi namukha kriti. So Sahasrani, again thousands. Sahasraha means thousands. And 1,000 is not an absolute number. When I say 1,000, it means countless. Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. It means what? The Bhagavan, the Purushaha, who has got 1,000 heads. 1,000 head means what? He's in everywhere. His head, his position is looking everywhere. Sahasra Akshaha. Akshaha in real terms means eyes. Akshuhu denotes all limbs of the person. Akshuhu. So the one who has got hands, mouth, ears, everything which is everywhere. So it personifies the omniscient nature or the all-pervasive nature of the Bhagavan. The one who is prevalent everywhere is called Sahasra. Here also Sahasrani, correct? And Sahasradha means countless varieties. There are so many varieties in this universe. There are 840,000 species available here. Out of the one is human being. One of the species is human being. So you can imagine that you could have been a plant, you could have been an amoeba, you could have been a tortoise, you can be a rabbit, you can be a tiger, you can be anything. But you're chosen to be a human being. So you are one unique species among 840,000 people. So you can imagine that how lucky we are. By a stroke of luck, supposing if you had been born a cat, imagine what will be your gati. Imagine that we have a mind like the human body, the human, and then our body is like a cat. What will it do? It can neither be a cat nor be a human being. That is why it is always said that human being, the Janmala represents human being. Do not waste this Janma. Do not keep it for next Janma, because we do not know how our next Janma is going to be. We have no idea whether we are human being or not. So why do we take chances for something we do not know? Why don't we take the opportunity when we already know what we are now? That is the philosophy behind it. That is why we always say Shastram Padiknam Shudra. Why? Because it is not because you can read later. Nobody knows later how it is going to be. So when you are able, when your ability is there, when knowledge is there, your capacity is there, push the boundaries, learn, and then be independent. That way, at least you can be assured, you can hope that at the Janma, if I forget, maybe I'll get a human body and I'll be able to continue. But if you do not do any of these things, then you don't deserve a human body. So Bhagavan says, see, what have you done in the last Janma? I gave you 90 years. What did you do? No, I did all these things. I went in the morning, I brushed my teeth, I had coffee, I went to the office, then I did all this work. I had this property, I have this property here, that property here, I donated this. So what it is? He said, what do you want to do? He said, there is not a purpose. Bhagavan says, there is not a purpose of your birth. The purpose of your birth is to know who you are. He said, you have not done any of these things. Yes, can you give me another Janma? He said, why should I give you another Janma? Right. That is why we have to be very careful about the Janma. It does not matter how you start and when you start. You may be thinking, I started very late. It doesn't matter. Any age you say start, you start. That's why Sahasrada. Sahasrani, Sahasrada, Bahu, Tavaha, Hetayaha. So, Sahasrani, Sahasrada, Bahuhu, Hetayaha. Hetaya means again weapons. So, you got thousands of varieties of ammunitions, weapons, correct? And Tasam Ishanaha. So the Ishanaha means what? You, the Bhagavan, Ishaha. Bhagavaha means the Bhagavan. Parachina Mukha Kritihi. So again here also, again requesting that all these different ammunition you got, all the weapons you got, please turn them away from us. We do not want to see the wrath or do not want to see the angriness of the weapons on us. So indirectly what the devotee is asking is that I want your blessing, I want your compassion, your grace. I do not want to be on the wrong side of you, Bhagavan. See, you can never, when you say what is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is Dharma here. He stands for Dharma here. So you always want to be on the side of Dharma, right? Which means where the Bhagavan is standing is Dharma, right? So you stand by the Guru, the teacher is Dharma. That is where your future lies or your security lies, not in other things. If you stand by the property, if you stand by the progeny, children, etc., they are not going to be there for you. You may think they'll be there, but it doesn't take time for them to shove you off just like that. How long does it take? Whereas if you hold on to the Bhagavan, he will never let you go. Because he is always present. If you go to your puja room, every day the Bhagavan is still there. Correct? For 25 years you will be there. He will never go anywhere. Everybody else can go everywhere and come back. But if you have a Shraddha, if you have dedication, if you have conviction, you know that when I come at 9 o'clock, he'll be there. When I come at 12 o'clock, he'll be there waiting for me. I will light a lamp, he will be there. He will not go anywhere. The photo will not run anywhere else. Neither the Murti will not go anywhere else. So you are assured that he is always there for you to pray, to give your complaints. Whereas if you give your complaint to somebody else, that person may not be there tomorrow. Oh, our poitare. So that is why here the devotee is actually asking the Bhagavan to be there with him on side of dharma. He says all the other things which I don't want to be, please don't show it to me. That is the meaning of the mantra. It is always is weapon, weapon, weapon. Weapon means what? Weapon means adharma. So when adharma comes, weapons will come out. So you see all this thing which you see in the world, the economy is happening there. It is nothing but the Bhagavan's recourse to that. The human person has actually taken the advantage of damaging the nature. And because of this, the entire universe is suffering. Everybody is suffering because of this. This is how the Bhagavan, dharma actually reinstates. So it tells the people, like, see, you can live a life like this. Right? So if you say social distancing, correct, you do not want to go out. What does it mean? You can stay inside the house and read Shastram, correct? Or what you will do, you'll take a car and go out. You'll just go to the shop there, talk to somebody, go and say hello. 1 hour will become 5 hours. Then you will potluck, bring some food there, you go and spend time there, play cards. All these things are not there now. There's a fine, $10,000 fine. So what is they're all law only. The government is actually what is actually on the side of dharma only. This is, if you don't do this, you will get this. So he makes you do this. So what he's teaching us, or that this was the way life was like this many years ago. The rishis didn't have all these computers, all this car, etc. They were all sitting under a tree, or somebody in an ashram sitting there reading something. And they also were living comfortably. And even today also, you're not going to the office, you're sitting at a nice cozy home, eating sattvic food, and just by yourself. So it teaches you to be independent. Is it correct? Now for 6 months, if you don't need anybody, do you think after 6 months you'll again go and develop all the relationships? You would not. Yes. I've got used to living like this. So your interest also may be going. So this is how the Bhagavan corrects. This is how, whenever I see this kind of activity, I think of the Bhagavan only. I do not see anything else. All these people talk about all this, virus, etc. They're all there. If you are afflicted by it, you will get it. You will suffer. But if you are on the right side of the dharma, then you will not be able to. So that's why it says here, Sahasrani Sahasrada Bahuhu Tava Hitayaha Tasam Ishanu Bhagavaha Parachina Mukha Kriti. So Kriti means turn, make them turn. And Mukha Kriti means you turn your face so that I don't see those ayudam, those things, I don't see them. I only see what I want to see, what I want to enjoy, what is good for me. Anything which is bad, I do not want to see. Okay. So Sahasrani Sahasrada Bahuhu Tavaha Hetayaha. Then Tasam Ishanaha Bhagavaha Parachina Mukha Kritihi. Mukha means face and Kritihi means turn. So Parachina Mukha Kritihi means what? You turn away from us. You turn your face away from us when you're angry. I do not want to be on the wrong side of you, Bhagavan. I want to be always on the good side of you. This is the meaning of the mantra. Is it clear? Okay. Then, now we come to Anuvak 11, the last of the Anuvak. Bahu, not Bahu, Bahu, shoulder. So Bahu means shoulder. So Bahubhya Mutate Namaha. So bahu means single means arm. Bahu means what? Both the arms. Bahu stavaha. So bahu means there are two arms he has got. And both the arms has got all the weapons. And tavaha means of you. So the one, so bahu o tavaha hetayaha. Instead of the ammunition. Then tasam ishanaha. Ishanaha means what? The one who is wielding. The one who is wielding is called tasam. Means you, the wielder of what? Of all these weapons. He Bhagavaha. Parachina mukhakritihi. You just turn your face from all these things. He does not want to see this. That's the meaning of this. Then, in verse Anuvak 11, mantra number 1. Sahasrani sahasrasho ye rudra adibhumyaam teshagum sahasrayo jane vadanvani tanmasi. In fact, we should read all the four together. Sahasrani sahasrasho ye rudra adibhumyaam teshagum sahasrayo jane vadanvani tanmasi asmin mahatyarnave entarikshe bhava adhi nilagriva shitikanta sharva adha shamacharaha nilagriva shitikanta divagum rudra upashritaha Sahasrani sahasrasho ye rudra adibhumyaam teshagum sahasrayo jane vadhanvani danmasi asmin mahatyarnave antarikshe bhava adhi nilagriva shitikanta sharva adha shamacharaha Nilagriva Hritikanta Divagum Rudra Upashritaha. So, first one is Sahasrani. Again, Sahasrani means thousands. Sahasrashaha. Sahasrasho means the one who is present in thousands of forms. So Sahasrani means in thousands and thousands of forms. So 1,000 times 1,000. So 1,000 is just a number and then you are present in thousands of forms. So it indicates the magnitude or the vastness of the Bhagavan. And who is this? Ye Rudraha. This Rudraha. Then Adibhumya. So in this, on the earth, you are present as in thousands of forms. Adibhumyaha. Right? And how is it? Sahasra yojanaha. Yojana means miles. And sahasraha means thousands of miles. You are spread away. Then Dhanvani. So Dhanvani means the bows. So always remember the bow and the arrow presents the dharma. That is how we should take it. The bow and the arrow are just a Saguna Brahma Upasana. It is there for protection. It is there, it's wielded by the Bhagavan for protection of the good people. Like even Rama also has got Kodanda Rama. So Rama always got a will and ambu with him, but he never uses it because he does not need to use it. He only needs to use it only when it is absolutely required for him to wield the bow. And when Rama wields a bow, it means there is disaster coming. Otherwise, he doesn't need to use the arms and ammunition. Same here also. In this world, Adibhumyam, on this earth, you, Tesham, Sahasraha, Sahasraishaha, means all thousands of forms, and the Rudras are there. So the Rudra means what? The form. So Rudraha, when you say, is the form of Rudras. For the Shivan is actually manifest in thousands and thousands of forms. And also present in Sahasa Yojanaha, means thousands of miles. So wherever you see thousands and thousands of miles, you only see the Bhagavan there, Rudras there. And the Rudra is present as your form. So this person sees Rudra in everywhere where he goes. Bhagavan he sees everywhere. Then Avatanmasi. Avatanmasi is another word which is the one bow which is got untied bow. See, when the bow is untied, it means it is not ready for use. So the string, the bow has got two strings, right? So when you do this, you stretch, right? So you stretch only when, before stretching, what they do, they actually tighten it up and then they pull string, correct? So in this case, the particular string is not tight. So it is not ready for action anymore. At the moment, he is not ready to fire anything. Then, Sahasra Yojanaha Dhanvani Dhanmasi. So our praise, our salutation to you who is present in thousands of forms as Rudra. Thousands of miles you are present and your bow is untied and is not ready for execution. So such a Bhagavan, my salutations. Avatanmasi. Then next one we say is Asmin Mahat Arnavehe Asmin Mahat Arnavaha. So you have to break the word into Asmin Mahat Arnavaha Antarikshaha Bhava Adhi. So Mahat means what? Very big. Very big, large. So in this universe, Asmin, in this universe, which is what? Mahat, very, very vast and huge, there are also Arnavaha, ocean. Arnavaha means ocean. So all the oceans you are present. All of the land you are present. And Antarikshaha means space. So you are also present in the space also. Antarikshaha. Then Bhava Adhi means all the deities who are present. Bhava Adi means the deities who are present in the space. All Indras, all the lokas which are there, all of them are, you are the one who is ruling over everything. So now he is expanding the vision from just thousands of form, thousands of miles. Then he is saying that you are present in the ocean, you are present in this space. In the space, all the deities who are presiding are also there also. So you see now how he's expanding the vision of including everything as Ishvara here. The whole is Ishvara. There's nothing really here other than Ishvara. There's nothing here. Only Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. Then, Nilagrivaha means the blue-necked Lord. Oh Lord, the one who has got blue-necked. And Shitikantaha, we saw before, Nilagriva, Shitikantaha, Adavasamacharaha. So the Sarvaha, Shitikantaha, Sarvaha. So if you look at the third line, you have to break it as Nilagrivaha, Shitikantaha, Sharvaha, Adaha Kshamacharaha. So Sharvaha means what? The Rudras. Here, all the Rudras who are capable of resolution of, or dissolution. Sharvaha. See, Sarvaha means all. Okay. And Sharvaha means the dissolution. See, also in Shiva, Aghore ebhyo, taghore ebhyo, ghora ghora tarebhyaha, sarve yas sarva sharve ebhyo, namaste astu rudra-rupebhyaha. So Shiva Upasana mantra has got this. Aghoraha taghorebhyaha, ghora ghora tarebhyaha. Correct? Sarvebhyaha, sharva sharvebhyaha. So Sarvaha means all, and Sharvaha means the one who is responsible for dissolution also. So the one who is present in everything, the one also is present in the unmanifest. So the manifest and the unmanifest is all the Rudras. So in dissolution, what happens? Everything becomes unmanifest, correct? Layaha, Pralayaha and Mahapralayaha. Layaha means what? Sleep. Correct? And Pralayaha means what? You go. And Mahapralayaha means when all the jivas finally resolve, all the jivas finally go. Mahapralayaha. So there is called Sharvaha. So Sarvebhyaha, Sharvaha. Then Adaha Kshamacharaha. So Acharati. See, Acharaha means what? Acharati means the one who is going around. These people are Rudras. All these people are going around in everywhere, traveling. It means what they wonder about. That's what it says here. So they are moving around the earth. It means doesn't mean Rudras are going around and you see them. What it means, when you see space, you see the Rudras. You see the ocean, you see the Shivaha. When you see all the Dharma, you see Shiva. So that's what it means. That anything which is present here is present as you, the Bhagavan. Then again, Nilagrivaha, Shtikantaha, Divagum Upashritaha. So Divam means Daivam, or the one who is auspicious, or the Devatas, called Divam. Divam Upashritaha. Upashritaha means the people who are residing in Deva Lokama are called Daivam. So Daivam Upashritaha. The one who is residing in the Devalokas are called Daivaha. So Sahasrani Sahasrasho Rudraha Adibhumyam. Is it clear, the first line? Okay. So in this world, in this earth, all these Rudras are many forms and in many varieties is what is the first one. Then Teshagum Sahasra Yojanaha. Thousands of miles they are there. Right? And unto that Bhagavan, Dhanmani Dhanmasi. Dhanmanaha means what? The one who possesses is called Dhanavan. So the one who has got all his attributes called Dhanavan. Dhanvani Dhanmasi. To that Bhagavan, my offerings are there. Then also Asmin, you are Mahat. You are the greatest or the vastest. Asmin Mahat. Arnavaha, you are present as the ocean. Antarikshaha, you are present as also in between space, Antarikshaha. And also the Devatas who are present in the Antarikshaha. So you are present in the ocean, you are present in this universe, you are present in the space, you are also present in other Devatas who are ruling this Antarikshaha. And He Nilagrivaha, the one who has got a blue neck, Shitikantaha, also the white neck. You are also Sharvaha, the one who is capable of dissolution, or the one who is unmanifest. Then Kshama Acharaha, Adaha Shama Acharaha. So the one who is in this form, in this way, you are present everywhere. Charati means moving around, but nobody is moving around. It means that you see the Bhagavan everywhere. That's the meaning of this. Then Nilagrivaha, Shitikantaha, Divagum. So Divagum means the celestials or Devatas who are none other than Rudras. They are only Rudras only. And they are all living Upashritaha. So they are living as Rudras in Devalokaha. Upashritaha. Is it clear now? That's why when I read Rudram, I can read clearly, and slowly I can read word by word. The chant Rudram, sometimes you do not have time to think about the words. And if you think about the words, other person has already gone to Chamakam. The moment you start to appreciate the beauty of Rudram, oh my God, he's already chanting second of Chamakam. So you have to drop this and go there. By the time Chamakam comes again, your buddhi will again go back to this. This is also a problem. But a nice problem to have. I don't have a. Then we are going to see just an introduction to mantra 5 to 7. I'll conclude this in the next class. I'll take up this. Then Ye vriksheshu saspinjara nilagriva vilohitaha Ye bhutanam adipatayo vishika sakkabattinaha Ye agneshu vividhyanti patreshu pibato janane. So, Ye vriksheshu saspinchara nilagriva vilohitaha Ye bhutanam adipatayo vishika sakkabartinaha Ye agneshu vividhyanti patreshu pibato janane. So this is the 5th verse. Okay. So, Ye vriksheshu means those who are in the trees. So who are the trees? Not the Koranga. The trees is talks about the people, the trees, they got grass, green leaves, they're called a vriksheshu, or those green leaves which are in the trees. Saspinjara. So Saspinjaraha means having the color of tender grass. So the tender grass is very, very greenish. Right? The tender grass, if you see, is very greenish in color. When the grass becomes a little bit older, it becomes whitish in color. It becomes a bit rough and coarse. So tender grass, if the wind blows, the grass also will move. Is it correct? Because the grass is very tender. So he says, yes, Ye vriksheshu means in the tree, as the trees are, the leaves are green, just as saspinjaraha, the tender grass, nilagrivaha, vilohitaha. So those who have got blue neck and those who have got red neck, vilohitaha. Then ye bhutana. So bhutana means what? All the living beings. Okay. Adipatihi. Adipati means what? The one who is presiding over everybody. Adipatihi. Patihi itself means Lord. Adipati means what? Greatest person. Adipatayo Vishikasa Kabartinaha. So Vishikasaha here being talks about the one without hair. And Kabartinaha also means with matted hair. So the one who is Shiva is present as the one which has got hair and one without also without hair. So Vishikasaha talks about the sannyasis. The one who is a jnani, the wise person, who is a renunciate, has got a shaved head. They do not grow hair on their head. Because it says that the hair, growing of the hair also is papa. It grows automatically. You do not do anything, right? But what do you say? I am growing hair. I am growing nail. Do you do anything to grow nail? It just grows. Anana, what do we say? See, I am growing nail now. I am growing mustache now. If you don't do also, it will grow automatically, correct? Are you doing anything about it? But still we have this view. Ahankara is there. Similarly, I have become very bald. Do you do anything to become bald? You do not. It just happens. And you accept it as that. No, see, I should do something about it. So all these are all, what I'm trying to tell you is when you start study Shastra, right, you will accept everything as okay. Now I'm feeling very old about it. So what? It's not the end of the world. So if somebody tells you you're old, okay, so it doesn't matter to me. Because just by somebody saying to you something you don't belong to that. You don't own that anyway. Because you know who you are. Somebody telling you something about you doesn't change you as a person. If you change because of somebody telling you, that means you do not have confidence about yourself. So here he talks about the Vishikasaha and Kabartinaha. The one who has got hair, the one who has got no hair. That means who has and have nots. That means the people who have got wise person and also not the wise person. Then Anneshu means what? Annaha, present in food. Anneshu. Then Vibidhyantihi. So Vibidhyantihi talks about causing harm. Patreshu, patraha means vessels. Patreshu, pibattaha means pibati means drink. Pibato janan means janaha means there are people who drink from the vessels, and there are also people who have hairs, who do not have hairs, and you are the adipati of everything. So I'll explain this mantra a bit later in the class next week because I need to elaborate a little bit more on this. But I just gave you just a word explanation of what it is. The unfolding of the text of this particular thing I'll do in next class. Have you got any questions in today's class? Is all understood? Pushpaji, you're okay?
Yes. I'll keep listening to the recordings for the earlier ones, but very nice.
Sriramji, you're okay?
All good, all good. Thanks, Sanjay.
Samyaji, you're okay?
I have to thank you extra today, Shankarji. I came with some doubt and you clarified it for me.
You had some doubts, is it?
Not about Rudram.
But
I had
something
some
else?
doubt about something else.
Okay.
I was thinking about it in the morning and
Okay.
now I got my answer through. Thank you very much.
Soumya, is it social distancing?
No, no.
It doesn't make my mind in the distancing mode. It is always the present mode only of ma.
Good to know.
Presence is there, don't worry.
So we'll stop the class here and then we'll meet again next week. And hopefully we should be able to finish Rudram maybe 2 weeks after that. Then we will discuss what you want to study next. So we'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste and Shubhratri to all of you. Hari Om.